You guys, just forgive the microphone crackling occasionally. I apologize. I did the voiceovers and realized it wasn't perfect. Good morning. So I was just, I like to watch these cop shows, and I was watching it. I was not trying to do what I do. Remember, it's not always, an easy thing to go running to people to show them this stuff because, it's people aren't always waiting with open arms. It's, they're fighting this incredible hypnotism we've all been given, everyone, and just about. And when I see it, I'm just like, so remember, it's a system and a language that we're reading. No one thinks that we're seeing something. We are reading a system and a language. Okay, I live with these guys. I do this every single day, and then I understand that someone, that lives somewhere else might not understand. People in general can only process what they have seen and done, which is different for really everybody, right? And for most, it's a lot of nothing, because even though it feels like it's something, it's not. You've never left your cities and you go to Florida on vacation, you come home, go back to your great job, and I'm not knocking you. This is really, we don't really get it, is what it is. You really haven't seen or done anything. The audio was so bad I had to start over again. So I forgot what I was saying here, except the fact that, people. So, yeah, it's just, look, you guys, you have to understand that everything you've seen and done and heard and the compiled information in your brain, it doesn't mean it's always wrong. It just means it's not really anything. That's the whole, see, this world is so fascinatingly beyond anything you can process, you and me. So I don't mean you, I just mean all of, like, a human. And so the little things that we get to see are fascinating, and we appreciate it, and the ocean and the sun is so beautiful, and all this. But see, that's the thing. It's so much more. And look, it's a really difficult thing, to stand in front of. I literally was standing in front of them the other day. Anyway, you guys, I apologize about the mic. There's a couple little just, it's annoying. So I apologize. But I wanted you guys to see this. I just made this on a whim. This is me coming back. Blah 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 blah. Coming back. So forgive my mic. It does have that. I can't quite get it like where it doesn't make a noise. I have it around my neck. I think that's why, and it's not always perfect. So anyway, let's do this. All right, so I'm just watching my cop shows. I'm not gonna over narrate. I just want to. Shadow, give me a second. One day. My cat, I'm talking about. So check it out. Trident. What do we have? Make no mistake, this is an established spot. Always has been. Remember, it's not really necessarily Bigfoot what's happening around this world. There's incredible beings that will be right in public. Okay, this is them. Okay, believe me, I do this every single day. I have 1,300 documentaries behind this. If this is just a members video, then you don't have to worry about most of what I've been saying. I'm not sure if I'm putting this up just for members or if I put it in public. So I'm just narrating to kind of go over it a little bit. You can see there's a guy back there. Their system is in place really incredibly. You'll see everything. Remember, everything is a language. Do you see their language right there? You see the two? Okay, we're making I film it for you every single day. They're very black, and there's two, and then you'll see there's a border on the ground going to the two. There's a guy back there holding like a staff, like a stick on purpose. The little ones. They seem to be teams to me versus families. I'm almost sure that they're sent up in teams versus families. Not a team necessarily that train together, but they'll mix them on every different occasion. I think there's a security measure there. It prevents them from bugging out. There's some kind of, remember, they live by tremendous rules as well. It's very hard for us to. We just want to put everything all our rules on everything else. No one could live in outer space. There's no oxygen there. It's just like. No one could live on Mars. This is the simplicity thinking that we've got to get away from. Of course, you can do anything, even if we're right, even if exactly what they said is right about these planets. People were not thinking technology. They only think that technology could be what we have developed. Okay, we've never developed any technology. It's all been given to us. Check out the X. It's a crazy thing. Look at that. So they're actually, the others are right in the corner there. Keep in mind, I'm reading a language. It doesn't matter how blurry it is. If the footage came from outer space, I know exactly what I'm seeing, including the trident behind them. This is a very common type of place I think this is in Wisconsin, but it looks a lot like, it could be anywhere really, the way this is set up, like Virginia, Maryland. That could be 95 behind you. The way so these setups, they're literally doing this right in front of your eyes. Remember, I have 100% success rate. No one could ever prove me wrong. They try, they go out, and it happens to them. So all you have to do is like, especially, I love the people in Virginia, Maryland. You guys got to go out. Just go right to your streets, right to these little back roads and stuff, and just look. Remember, it's discreet. They won't strip the tridents always. You have to find this stuff, and it's happening right before your eyes. Put your camera up, okay? Even the camera's only catching very little of what's really happening, but much more than our eyes. Most of what is done is to fool eyeballs, not our technology. I believe there is adjustments being made for our tech. There'll always be. Remember, they're ahead of us. Anything we do is nothing to them. They just have to pass on the info. This whole tree is very bizarre to me. This first tree here. Wait till I come back. It's real wrapped. I think there's a being wrapped on it. Remember, there's a lot of beings that we don't understand as well. You have to leave your mind. There's also one at the base of the tree. You have to leave your mind completely open. Remember, they were not expecting visitors. They were all set up. You're not going to see them anyway. So even when no one was looking, they weren't visible. Okay, you have to understand about these midtown others. They are extremely versed in how to do this in public and all around us. It's done every single day, always. This is what people think are ghosts. Okay, this is where every ghost story you've ever heard of comes from. Only I can tell you this for a fact. It's a fact. So if you have a ghost story, it wasn't a ghost. Okay, it was a living being. The dead do not interact with the living. It is forbidden and always has been. It's not only forbidden, it's impossible. So it does not happen. Now, does that mean your ghost stories aren't true? Absolutely not. It means your story is completely true and even more valid now because it was a living being. It's just that you were using the information given to you, which is, must be a ghost. Think about it. We don't know anything. So people have told me, no, Mark, it was definitely a ghost. I'm like, look, man, no, it wasn't. You don't know what you're talking about. The dead do not interact they told me, with the living. It's never happened and never ever will. So all ghost stories are actually living beings, okay? Just remember that. No one is dead haunting you. Okay, this is a lie and something that too many people believe, which is fine because it's actually, like I said, it's really close to actually the truth. It's the only difference is that you're dealing with a living being, not a dead one. Remember, I told you this. The initial walking in, I do want to be a little quiet today. Walking in, I don't want to be too opinionated, and I don't want to just like yelling at anybody. I'm telling you guys, this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to push forward. Why would you let your leaders decide what you can know and what you cannot know? Don't you think that's a little unfair? Now, even if it was for the greater good, which I don't believe it is, even if it was for the greater good, who are they to decide for you? Same. Look at this. Watch this, you guys. They touched that. Look at this. No, I'm telling you, you can't film it better than this. It's hard because it's small, but you gotta really look at this. Look at this X. It's the whole thing, both sides weave. And then there's another one there, and then there's another one there. And then this one goes into the other X. And it's pinched inside the X. Man, I'm getting attacked big time right here. Yes, I have filmed that same structure into the 600 to 700 times. This one is a trident. Just remember what I have discovered, okay? When you see a trident like that, it's not a mistake. It's not natural. It's nothing that you have been taught, okay? There's nothing to argue about. Just go do it yourself. Go to that trident. Go find it. There's one like that near you, I promise. Go to it and see what, just go to it and you'll figure it out. If you are the type of person that had to go to that trident, you're the type of person that's going to figure it out. Over and out.